What's up guys, Yank.com here, and today I am bringing you a Call of Duty game on Interchange. This is from a couple of nights ago. This was actually taken during the clan ops, the last clan ops for domination. So if you see me camping flags while people are taking them, just bear in mind we had to cap flags, so I was letting them cap so we could get the recap on it, just in case people think I'm ignoring the objective here for once. But this is, I'm actually not going to tell you what happens in this game because it's a little bit of a surprise. I'm not going to really bother talking too much about the gameplay. Basically this week, in case you haven't noticed or in case you just have absolutely no interest in gaming, in which case you wouldn't be watching this, but it was E3 all this week. Well, not all this week, but just the start of the week. And just the main kind of movers and shakers and what's been really making stories over there. The first day was kind of just broken down into press conferences between Microsoft, Sony, Ubisoft and all that sort of stuff. And Nintendo came out, I think it was 2 days ago, and did their press conference. I know these things they're not really, there's no real official kind of winner and loser of E3, but the general feeling, the general synopsis was that kind of Sony came out on top of absolutely everybody out there. It looks like their consoles, and especially even with the Vista, it looks like it's going to be a big hit now in the next 12 months. Nintendo really looked like they're going to be struggling. It was a very poor showing from Nintendo on E3. It was basically just all about the Wii U, and that was it. The titles that come out look very poor. It basically looks very kind of child friendly. Like if you're a serious gamer, or if you're looking for games that have like kind of mind blown cinematics and stuff like that and graphics, I don't think that Nintendo's going to be the way to go this year. There was no announcement, unfortunately, from Sony about PS4, so I think we can rule that coming out in the next 12 months. It has been rumoured anyway that it's going to be coming out for next Christmas, so I wouldn't expect to see anything about it early this year. But that was pretty much from E3 developer wise and console wise. The main talking points, the main games that were kind of talked about at E3. Obviously, everybody was talking about Far Cry 3 and Assassin's Creed. They were the two big titles that were being talked about. Other kind of titles and games that stole the show. One was Counter-Strike. For me, I've only really played the Counter-Strike kind of in the last couple of years, and it kind of towards the end of its life cycle at this age. But the new one looks absolutely amazing. It's going to be coming out. It's not coming out shortly, but it's going to be coming out soon enough. But it does look absolutely amazing though, and I think for people who are kind of tired of the Call of Duty Battlefield grind, this thing will probably breathe new life into the whole FPS kind of game. Another one, interesting enough, was Sony are bringing out a kind of a PlayStation All-Stars kind of Battle Royale. It's for want of a better word, it's just a rip-off of Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo. And I've seen gameplay footage of it. It looks exactly the same as it as well. The only difference is you don't get them kind of orbs that come in and give you like finishing moves. You kind of have to build them up. But that was kind of from Sony. Even though it looks like a rip-off, it still looks like a pretty good game, so I think I'll actually be buying it myself. Another one that kind of excited me was Most Wanted 2. Need for Speed have kind of gone away from this whole kind of circuit race and kind of getting from point A to point B kind of crap, and they've gone back towards what fans of the series kind of like, that kind of open style sandbox racing kind of game. But Most Wanted 2 is going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out just before Christmas, I think in late October, early November, sometime around then. But that's one that's definitely going to be, I'm going to be getting for Christmas anyway. It looks pretty good. Hitman Absolution came out as well. We've seen trailers for that. Again, that looks absolutely brilliant. That's going to be on the PlayStation. There's another game, I can't remember the name of it. It's something like Two Swords or something like that. It's from the guys who made Heavy Rain. It's going to be a PlayStation title as well. It looks brilliant. If people who played Heavy Rain, it's going to be basically the very same thing as that. It's not going to be more so. It's not going to be based kind of on the gameplay. It's more so going to be based on kind of the story itself. And there's going to be, I expect it to be like just a lot of cutscenes. I expect kind of Metal Gear Solid kind of thing, like a 5-minute gameplay and a 20-minute cutscene kind of thing. That's what I expect. New Gears of War 3 and Halo 4, Forza, they've all been mentioned. They're all coming out on the Xbox. So, Xbox, you do have something to look forward to. They look pretty good. God of War, there was a new gameplay. We've seen gameplay from the new God of War coming out. Again, that looks pretty good, and I think a lot of people are going to be hitting the streets for that. Of course, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 had their display. They had a video out for that. They're not going to give away anything about multiplayer. It was basically just kind of what to expect in the single player, and that was kind of it. They're keeping their cards tight to their chest. Yes, zombies will be back. We know that much for now, and that's pretty much all they've told us at E3. Sims, there's a new Sims coming out as well. That's going to be like basically Sim City. It's not going to be just, you know, controlling one person. You're going to be controlling the whole city, and you have to kind of how's it about? Yeah, you have to basically just run the city. That's pretty much it. It looks pretty good though. I know a lot of people that are kind of fans of that kind of game, and I don't think they'll be disappointed with this one when it comes out. But for me, I have to say the pick for me, Resident Evil 6. We've seen a gameplay video of that, and again, it looks absolutely brilliant. It's kind of gone back to its kind of original roots. Again, it's not based on this whole kind of, you know, zombies, not even zombies, people infected out in Africa with some stupid virus. It's back to its kind of original. Another one that was kind of caught my eye, not a lot of people talked about, was Sleeping Dogs. For me, it's basically think of a cross between Grand Theft Auto and Assassin's Creed, pretty much, with a bit of Jackie Chan thrown in the middle of it. That's pretty much what it looks like. It looks absolutely amazing. It really does, and I look from gameplay videos of it as well. It looks like it's going to play pretty good. There was another title from Ubisoft, which is I think it's, what was it, Walking Dogs, something like that. Watch Dogs. Sorry. Again, that looks that looks like it could be one of the biggest games of this year, if not of the last couple of years. But it looks absolutely brilliant. It's going to be coming out, I think, early next year. I don't think it'll be out for the end of this year. Early next year, I think, as far as I know, it's coming out. But that looks absolutely brilliant. There'll be links in the bottom of this video to GameStop, and you can have a look at all the releases and the gameplay videos from E3 and that. One other game I just want to talk about is Left 4 Dead 2 will be coming out pretty soon. It's not a continuation, it's actually a prequel of Left 4 Dead. You'll actually see what happened when the outbreak happened itself. You basically see what happened with the story and that. Another one I want to touch on as well, EA Sports have gone into contract with NBA and the UFC, so expect an NBA and a UFC EA Sports title coming out yearly. For UFC, I'm actually pretty excited about that, because, you know, the UFC game that currently came out was 2 years after the last one came out, so I'd like to see one coming out every year. I like those sort of games. NBA, I'm not really a big fan of most of the American sports, but I did play a demo of the last one. I thought it was pretty good. I might actually pick them up now that EA are making it. But that was kind of all that came from E3 for me. There was a lot of course, there was hundreds and thousands of other stories as well, but that was kind of what came out that really caught my eye at the minute. Okay, moving on. What I want to come on next is the top 5 plays will be coming back on pretty soon. The next probably maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4. I have a few things to do when I get them out. But yeah, definitely within 4 weeks you'll be seeing them kind of coming back up. So there is obviously still places available. I'm not going to turn down people who submit clips. So keep sending in your clips. Either get in touch with me on this or get in touch with me on Skype or Twitter or whatever. Another thing is Walking Dead Part 2 will be coming soon. As far as it hasn't been released yet, the second series or the second episode. When that's coming up, that will be up here straight away. I'm planning on kind of just getting through that as quickly as possible. Just maybe I might actually do the whole thing live. Just one big live commentary session or whatever. But I actually kind of thinking on that, I want to just touch on one subject. A lot of people were talking about it on Facebook and on Hub and stuff like that a couple of days ago, but there was an actual kind of report. It's not really reported, but it was reported as a zombie attack in America. I think it was in Miami or somewhere like that, South America. But yeah, obviously it's not real, but it had a lot of people kind of going, you know, what the fuck's going on here? Like, apparently it was some guy who had to be shot 5 or 6 times. He was eating the person's face off. Obviously the guy was drugged out of his face or whatever, but it kind of got a lot of people especially my friends kind of talking. They were fucking ecstatic. They couldn't wait for this thing to kick off so they could all get to their bunkers and get to their guns and all sort of stuff. But I want to leave it with a quick question, basically. What would you do, or where would you go in the case of a zombie outbreak? Would you ride it out? Would you stick around with your family in your house and just kind of wait the whole thing out? Or would you head for the nearest rooftop with a sniper rifle and just sit there and wait for the helicopters to come? And that's pretty much my question for you. That's what I want to get an answer for. Leave a comment below. Again, links to everything is going to be in the bottom. And I should be back again here really soon. Guys, again, take it easy. Talk to you later. Good luck.